Just 17 months after the relaunch, BA and Air France announced that they were retiring their Concorde fleets. It was the end of over 27 years of supersonic travel.
Could have carried on technically, of course. It could carry on now. It could carry on for another 20 years. But it would cost more, and there simply wasn't the demand or the commercial drive to do it.
In aviation terms, the Concordes were mere spring chickens, with only a quarter of the wear of an average 747. At 4 p.m. on the 24th of October 2003, 3 aircraft landed in sequence at Heathrow, watched by crowds of thousands.
I came back from New York sitting next to David Frost, who was, of course, an enormously regular customer. And when we arrived at Heathrow, there were tears in our eyes. It was very emotional. No, it felt a bit like if one of your family had died. Very sad. It symbolized optimism. It was everything that the 20th century could have stood for.
I walked out of the hangar, the last person to leave, and it was misty and there were neon lights. And as I crossed the tarmac, there were 5 perfectly serviceable Concordes sitting there that I knew would never ever carry a fare-paying passenger again. And I think that's the first time that the emotional side of what had happened really hit me.
Of the 20 Concordes ever built, 18 remain sleeping at museums across the world. Her elite class of pilots either retired or relegated to flying lesser aircraft. During the final flights, flight engineers stuck their caps in a gap that opened up as the aircraft expanded with the heat of supersonic speed. Now they remain wedged forever in the cold fuselages. With little chance of renewing her certificate of airworthiness, it is unlikely that Concorde will ever fly again.
Concorde was a way of life for us, a complete way of life, one of which we were intensely proud.
Concorde gave us that aspiration, that dream, that focus, that pride, and just that lovely picture of it flying overhead.
To me, it was a fusion of art and technology. Oh, I sort of live it. It's sort of inside me, Concorde.
In my opinion, there's no argument. It was the greatest engineering achievement of the 20th century, bar none. She was and is amazing.